So y'all ever heard about this crazy story called Universe 25? Actually, it's not a story at all. It's a real life experiment conducted by this dude named John B. Calhoun. And the idea behind it was that he created a utopia for mice to see how they would behave under perfect conditions. Let me break it down. At the start, he placed 4 breeding pairs of mice within this controlled environment. Unlimited food, unlimited nesting, unlimited water, no threats, climate controlled, a perfect utopia. Once the mice realized that they were safe, they started to do what mice do. They started to populate. Every 55 days, their population doubled. They built nests, they raised babies, they groomed each other. This is what Calhoun called the strive phase. This was phase 1, the explosion. Phase 2, the breakdown begins. Eventually, the space gets tight. It's not enough room, right? They're running out of room, and their food is no longer unlimited. As a result, the males became overly aggressive. They started attacking each other. While some of the males went into hiding, they hid all day. The mothers forgot how to raise their kids. And some babies were even abandoned. Or worse, the mothers start to feed on the babies. We're witnessing a collapse at this point. This is what Calhoun called the transition phase. Now let me know if y'all hear something that sounds familiar. Phase 3, this is where we start to see the emergence of what Calhoun called the beautiful ones. This is a group of young males who decided to opt out of mouse society altogether. They didn't fight, they didn't mate, they didn't explore. All they did was groom themselves all day long. They just existed. They had perfect fur with zero purpose. Let me know what some stuff started to sound familiar now. Phase 4. This is where we see the total collapse. The population starts to peak at around 2,200 mice. And this is where we see the population begin to go downhill. Not because of food, not because of disease, not because of predators, but because the mice stopped behaving like mice. They weren't courting each other. The male and the female mice weren't messing around. They weren't nesting. They weren't habitating together. No homes. The homes were starting to decline. No parenting. They left the kids to do whatever they wanted to do. No drive. They would sit around all day and groom each other. Aggressive males and females starting to exhibit masculine behavior because the males have checked out. No survival instinct. Even though the environment was perfect, eventually the entire society completely collapses. Every last mouse. This experiment was repeated 25 times, and every single time the result was the same. This is a very interesting experiment because comforts in society caused the society to collapse. People lost their purpose, people lost their roles, and eventually the society started to collapse every single time. And there are a lot of parallels you can draw between these mice and what we are experiencing in society right now. You know, I used to think all the time, and let me just say, you don't think the government is aware of this? You don't think the World Health Organization, the entire scientific community and government is aware of this? I used to ask questions all the time like, if cigarettes kill so many people, why is it still sold in stores? Why is this bad food going on? Like, what's going on here? Why does it seem like it's just certain things just stop making sense for me? Like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? It's almost like they trying to control the population. It's almost like they trying to unalive us off. Now check this out. You know, when I observe human population, we are at varying levels in this story. The population is crazy, right? Resources are not unlimited. I am seeing the grooming man. I am seeing the aggressive woman. Aggressive man and woman. I am seeing kids being left to raise themselves. And we are seeing population decreases. What's interesting about this whole thing is, like, in places like Japan and Eastern Europe, we see an outright population declines. And here in the United States, the only thing really keeping us afloat is the immigrant population. As much as they trying to kick all the immigrants out of the United States, that's the only thing that's keeping us afloat. If not for that, we are not reproducing as fast as we are dying off. This will eventually lead to population decline. And when you look at the tension amongst women and men, look at the inflated prices of everything. It's just not attractive to raise a family in this climate. Women about themselves and self-care and self-awareness, and they're not just bringing babies into this world. It's so bad the government is trying to incentivize people to have babies. Men the same way. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Peace.